Good afternoon. I'm Major Chris Locketts, and it's my pleasure to celebrate the accomplishments of these recruits with you here today. On behalf of Deputy Mayor David James, Director Myman, Chief Yarborough, and the men and women of emergency services, I'd like to welcome all the family and friends here today as we welcome Academy 16 graduates to the public service family. Please stand with me as the Louisville Metro EMS Honor Guard presents the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. It's now my honor to welcome to the podium Deputy Mayor David James.
Well, hello, everybody. And I'd like to thank Major Locketts for the introduction. And it's an honor to be with you here today. I know you were probably expecting the mayor, but he had a family medical emergency and is unable to be here today. So I'm here to speak with you, and I see Deputy Mayor Sexton Smith over there. Thank you for being here. It's also a tremendous honor to serve the people of Louisville alongside with Executive Director Jody Myman, Colonel Jesse Yarborough, majors and lieutenants and sergeants, field training officers, and the rest of the emergency medical staff. We'll be honoring each of you today. But first, I'd like to say a few words to you as a group. I want to thank you for your dedication to serving our city. And you being here today is important to all of us because it helps our city be safer overall. You're a part of the big enterprise of the 5,000 plus employees, but I have to say that you're a vital piece of that 5,000 plus employees. So I want to thank you for the effort and the work that you have put in to getting to where you are today. Thank you very much, and I think we deserve to give them a hand. So you put in a lot of classroom time, and you spent long hours studying, and you completed your ride time, and I've seen I've seen the team you're joining in action, and I'm proud and grateful for them and all the things they do in responding to the emergencies throughout our city each and every day. They believe in you, and that's why you're here today. So that means that we believe in you also, and we're here to support you. Each of you has chosen to be an EMT, and you've chosen to devote yourself and to care for others, which is a calling that not everybody can do. And so I want to say thank you for that. I also want to say thank you to everyone that supports them, because it's not easy to go through recruit school, and it's not going to be easy to be an EMT here in the city. It's a demanding job. And so we're going to need the family to help support them each and every day, just as we're going to support them each and every day. Some of you are relatively new to our great city, and some of you have called the city of Louisville home for quite some time. But most importantly, you're here to help people. And the work you do is essential, and it will be challenging, both physically and emotionally. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. And we will be there to take care of you too. Many of you have members that are Metro employees of your family, and some of you come from law enforcement family, and some of you come from other parts of Metro, and so you're just continuing a long string of service to the community, and I want to thank you all for that. There are moments that you're going to bring good news to people when you are dealing with them. And there are also going to be moments when you're not going to be able to bring that good news. And when that time comes, you're going to have to reach deep inside and remember your training and remember why you're there. But I want to say before I close, I want to specifically thank the families and the friends that are here today. And I want to thank you for encouraging them to complete the training. And please keep encouraging them, because there are going to be days where they're not going to be happy when they come home, and they're going to need you. And so I just want to say, be strong for them, stand up for them, and give them big hugs sometimes, because you're really part of the team too. You may not know it, but you are. And it brings me a tremendous amount of pride and peace of mind knowing that you're going to be heroes, and you are heroes to our community. And you need to look at yourself that way. You may be humble, but you are heroes, and you need to understand that. You are doing the work that many, many other people can't do. And so you've gone through a lot of training to get here today, and we celebrate you. And so, on behalf of the people of our great city and our Metro government, I want to say thank you for being a member of Metro Emergency Services, and congratulations. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Colonel Yarborough, Chief of EMS, would now like to provide some remarks. Please welcome Colonel Jesse Yarborough.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for braving the elements. If any of you have frostbite or hypothermia, these guys can now fix you. And thank you to Deputy Mayor James, Deputy Mayor Sexton Smith, I see is here as well, and to all the family and friends for showing up and joining us and recognizing the accomplishments of Academy 16. This profession is not a job, it's a calling. It's a commitment to serving the community and to responding to, and I'm going to emphasize this word, anyone who needs your help. There will be days where you encounter individuals who are critically ill or injured. You will be there to welcome new life into the world, and you'll be there when life ends. There will be many times you may have to deploy nearly every skill you've learned these past few months. There will be times when the only thing that you can do for someone is show them some empathy and compassion. This is also a career in which you are constantly learning. Your graduation today isn't the conclusion of what you'll learn. Medicine is a constantly evolving field, and one where you get to see science at work. And think about that for a minute. For a lot of us, science, the concept of science seems really far removed from what we do every day. But in this profession, you get to see biology and chemistry and physics at work in real time. If someone's having a respiratory issue, you give them a chemical and introduce that in their body and alter a biological process. And that's really neat to think about, at least for me. And think about how far the field of medicine has come. In 1924, 100 years ago, they just discovered insulin. They were just learning about EKGs. You guys were trained to do EKGs in the back of an ambulance and transmit them over the internet to a hospital in less than 100 years. That's wild. In the 1960s, they just discovered the measles vaccine, right? It's 50-ish years ago. Another vital aspect of this profession is teamwork. You're going to work alongside nurses and physicians and firefighters and police officers. It's important to recognize the value of collaboration, effective communication, and forging those strong relationships. And this helps you ensure the best possible care and outcomes for your patients. There will be challenges in this profession. You'll be expected to make order out of chaos. You're going to have to make split-second decisions. The challenges of this profession extend beyond the call for service itself, as this is both a physically and emotionally demanding career. You will witness many, many joyous moments. You'll also bear witness to many tragic events. It's critical that you support one another. Know that you'll have the support of not only your peers, but your direct supervisors and everyone up and down the chain. Remember that asking for help, whether it's dealing with a difficult call or just help understanding something, is a sign of strength and not one of weakness. For anyone who's had to call an ambulance, remember how helpless you probably felt in that moment. And remember the sense of relief that came when you could first hear those sirens or when you heard that knock on the door. Starting today, providing that sense of hope, that sense of relief, and making that knock on the door is now your job. And patients are going to remember that. They'll remember you years later. When I was on an ambulance, my partner and I, we had a run one night. It was not anything super memorable. You know, it was a little kid with an asthma attack. Their inhaler wasn't working. We show up. Okay, we'll give you a breathing treatment. Take you to the hospital. No big deal, right? So years later, we're stopping to get something to eat at a restaurant, and this lady comes up and she says, "Do you remember me?" No. And she said, 2 or 3 years ago, I live at this address. You showed up and my daughter was having an asthma attack and you guys took her to the hospital and you treated us so well." And years later, they remembered that. For us, it was just another day, but for her, it was a very memorable event. Today, you get to become the faces that will be remembered years later by patients and their families because you answered the call for help. So as you begin this new chapter in your lives, always remember the impact that you will have on individuals and on this community. Embrace the challenges and the rewards of this profession with grace and resilience. Congratulations on this achievement. I'm confident you will be successful, and I look forward to working with each of you. Thanks.
Thanks, Chief. Now I'd like to ask Lieutenant Lyle to join me on the stage for a special award. So this award has been given to the person with the highest cumulative grade during the Academy. They've displayed knowledge and teamwork, which are essential characteristics in the EMS profession. The Academy 16 Valedictorian Award goes to Jacob Grubb. Oh, don't go away. You're good. So it just so happens that Jacob was also selected by the class to speak on their behalf, so it's your turn.
Thank you all for coming to show your all's love and support for us. It really means a lot. So these past 3 months have been very stressful, but also very fun and very informative, and probably some of the most satisfying times of my life. Not that I have the most experience, because I'm only 19, but I've got a little bit to base it off. One thing there certainly wasn't a shortage of in the past few months was mnemonics, and also some humbling moments for the class as a whole. Probably one of the first was a chapter in which I will not say, but I'm sure we're all thinking of, in which I was very confident in, when I should have read the chapter a bit more, and we all probably should have read the chapter more. So, but after that, it kind of opened my eyes to what I was really getting into. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't do so well in that quiz, because I'm very proud to say that after that quiz, everyone stepped their game up. Everyone was reading the chapters. Everyone was studying together. And it kind of brought us all more together as a class. So it was a really good lesson. So yeah, we all had to go read that chapter a couple extra times, just to make sure. One of the next fun moments in the class was our driver training, when we all were certified to go and drive the ambulances. So we had the course set up in the back, and I remember clearly trying to parallel park the big ambulance. Not the greatest parallel parker in the world, but I thought I had it. I thought I got it, thought it was all good. And then I heard over the radio, "Parallel park, you hit a cone." That confidence went right away. But another moment I remember distinctly from that day was a certain classmate, which I will not name, Victoria. I was on standby waiting to drive the course, and I saw one of my classmates get out and have to do CPR on one of these poor cones she had accidentally hit for a little bit. And everyone proceeded to take out their phones and record her. So, poor Vic. One of the more stressful moments in the class came as one day we were all sitting down ready for lecture, and Lieutenant came out and said we are going to be doing our high-performance CPR. This was immediately followed by a little bit of panic in all of us, as we all had the knowledge and the skill sets to do the task at hand. However, I don't think any of us were truly ready for that day. Especially me. I was sweating all over that poor mannequin. But we all may have failed initially, but after a couple tries, we all managed to get it, and we're all now pretty good with that. And then came medical week, a week of 2 lectures a day, 2 quizzes a day, kind of dreaded, but it was filled with a lot of studying, not a lot of sleeping, and a whole lot of learning. It was a great week. I loved it. And I'm proud to say that all of us got through it relatively easily. A little bit of stress, but we made it. And then after trauma, which was pretty easy, we got to ride time. And while Lieutenant and the majors did their best to make everything as real as possible for us, nothing could have truly prepared us for actual ride time. We had the skills, we had the knowledge, it was all there, but putting it into proper practice is a different story. Going out and seeing all of the people, we're not just dealing with mannequins. It's not just a textbook. It's real people with real life emergencies, and it's different. And nothing other than ride time itself could train and prepare us. And it was a great learning experience, and it really kind of showed what we were in store for. And I'll end that with saying, Savannah, I do not envy you. If you know, you know. Once we were back from ride time, we were back in the classroom, which was a lot different going from on the streets to the classroom, but it wouldn't be long until we are where we are right now at graduation. And I'm proud to say that we all made it, everyone who is here. I want to say thank you to our lovely majors, to Lieutenant Lyle, the command staff who all helped us to get here. I have no doubt that you all have prepared us to go out in the streets and be competent EMTs and to help people, and that the friendships we have made will last, hopefully, as long as our careers. Thank you all.
All right. So today we celebrate these 7 graduates and their efforts. They've spent over 600 hours in the classroom learning anatomy and physiology, patient assessment, as well as how to manage the most serious of calls, like things like cardiac arrest. They also spent over 70 hours applying these skills in the field and learning how to treat patients and their families with care and compassion during their worst hours. It is my pleasure to present to you the graduates of Academy 16. Savannah Calvert. Savannah was born and raised in Kentucky, having family members who are EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, and nurses. She told her dad when she was little that she never wanted to be an EMS provider like her family. Today, Savannah is proud to say that it was a lie. She is excited to join the first responder family and make a positive impact in our community by following in the footsteps of those closest to her. Victoria Casa. Victoria was born in New York but raised in Louisville. Everything she does is for her son River, and she can't wait to make a difference in the community. Victoria says she is very excited to begin her career in emergency medicine at Louisville Metro EMS. Keegan Casper. Keegan was born and raised here in Louisville, and he's always had a love for the medical field and a passion for helping others. He is very grateful for the opportunity to follow this passion and be a part of the amazing family of Louisville first responders. Nicholas Deaver. Nicholas is excited to join EMS and help the community. Ramsey Foley. Ramsey is from Jeffersonville and is happy to pursue a career in EMS. He hopes to continue to advance himself professionally and to provide a quality of life for his family. Jacob Grubb. Jacob was born and raised in Louisville. He's always wanted to go into the medical field and thought being an EMT would be a perfect way to start off. He hopes to further his education within the next few years and help as many people as he can. Joshua Pope. Joshua says, I chose to do EMS because it was the best way I could help my community. He's always felt happiness and fulfillment when helping people in need, and this career allows him to do that. All right. So now, Deputy Mayor James will administer the oath.
All right, we're going to do the oath of office, and when I say I, I'm going to let each of you say your names individually, and then I will read the rest of the oath, and then when we get to the end, I'll say, so help me God, and you each will say, I will. Okay? All right, raise your right hand. I.
Anna Calvert.
Oh, Jacob Grubb.
Joshua Pope.
Victoria Casas.
Nicholas Deemer.
Ramsey Foley.
Keegan Casper.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the statutes of this Commonwealth and acts of the General Assembly of Kentucky relating to the cities of the first class and all classes and ordinances of Louisville Metro, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky, so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will well and faithfully execute, to the best of my ability, and discharge the duty to the office of Emergency Medical Technician, according to law and ordinances. And I do further solemnly swear or affirm that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within the state, nor out of it. Nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying out a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending. And I do further solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law, and that I am not subject to any disabilities which render me ineligible to hold the office for which I am being appointed. So help me God.
I will.
Congratulations.
Well, finally, academies don't happen by accident or without teamwork from a lot of different folks. So I just want to take a quick second and recognize all of the instructors, skill assistants, field training officers, and administrative staff that have helped make this class a success. Thank you all for attending today's celebration. This does conclude our program. Please join us for cake and fellowship in the gallery, and congratulations to all the recruits and their families one more time.